What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something that I am so excited to bring to everyone, and that's going to be kind of like some solo challenges, some solo guides. And in today's episode, we're going to be specifically talking about Confusion Focusblast Alakazam. In my opinion, one of the hardest tier 3 raids that you can do that is going to be soloable. This is one that a lot of people really enjoy. It's going to be a major challenge. But to make it even more of a challenge, what I have decided to do is going to be using 6 unique Pokemon to actually do this raid, just to show you that there is some flexibility with it. You don't have to just go all Mewtwo. You can use some other Pokemon that are actually going to be great. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the episode. So in general, the best counters to Alakazam is going to be Mewtwo, Gengar, Tyranitar, and then as far as the bottom 3 go, that kind of shifts a little bit. You'll definitely see a lot of Pinsir, a lot of Absol, some Scizor, some Bayonet. They just kind of shift around a little bit. But when we're talking about the Focus Blast specific moveset, the top 6 is going to be Gengar with Shadow Claw. I actually do not have a Shadow Claw, only a Hex. Hopefully I will get one through a trade at some point, but I do think that that would actually put Mewtwo in at the number 1 spot if you do not have a Shadow Claw Gengar. Other than that, you have Bayonet, Pinsir, Alakazam, and then a couple of other ones. So as far as the team that I actually have, when we're going to be taking a look at it, I am going to be using a Gengar first things first, but once again, it is going to have Hex and not Shadow Claw. So if you do have Shadow Claw, it will work better than what this one will. Up next, we have Bayonet, and I was so surprised as to how well Bayonet actually performed in this. In third, we are going to have Mewtwo. Now, this is going to be the strongest Pokemon that I have in at level 39. It is a 93%. Then I'm going to be using a Pinsir, and as far as the IVs go, it's actually not that great of IVs. It's a second tier, but it does have a 15 in attack and an ideal moveset. Then we are going to be using a Tyranitar, definitely going to be a solid option. And then finally finishing up with Scizor, and it is going to be level 30. So in this case, I actually have like 2 Pokemon kind of hovering around the level 30, and I was still able to do this. So the first tip that I want to give that is going to immediately improve your chances of doing some of these harder solo tier 3 raids is going to be the trick to get yourself the timer up to as close as possible to 180 seconds. Unfortunately, if you've ever experienced it, sometimes the timer starts out at like 172, 173, 171. It can even get down into the 160s, unfortunately. But all of that time lost is going to be time that could prevent you from beating these raid bosses. So this is going to be the method to get yourself around that. First thing that you have to do is create a party that is going to have no Pokemon in it. And once you do that, you're going to leave it on that and let the raid timer go down to 0. Once it goes down to 0, there's going to be an error pop up saying that your Pokemon basically have fainted, they don't have any health, and you're going to have to rejoin the battle. So once it goes down to 0 seconds, you're going to get that error message that I was talking about. And what you're going to see at the top is you're going to notice where it says 185 seconds. This is very important for us. So what you're going to do is during this time, scroll over immediately to the party that you are going to use, and then we're going to wait for the timer to go down to about 183, and when it does, you're then going to click rejoin battle. But I want to go ahead and let you kind of like see it through just to show you what it's going to look like kind of in like full speed. And with this, you are going to gain so many seconds from doing it. So rejoin the battle at 183. Now let's go ahead and check out the timer in this case. It basically started out at 179 and then immediately dropped to 178. But a couple of the raids I was doing beforehand started off at like 171. So this is going to improve your chances significantly. Other than that, how did all of these Pokemon perform? Honestly, I think Gengar performed very well, but I just want to have one of those Shadow Claws so bad because it performed significantly better than a Hex Gengar. So the first sign of luck that I had was getting hit by the Focus Blast right as Gengar was about to faint. That is going to be the best case scenario in so many ways. So when Bayonet comes out, it's not going to have to worry pretty much about getting hit by the Focus Blast immediately. And then for the most part, I was able to dodge fairly well. As you will see in that case, I got a shadow hit, but then it gave it back. I thought I dodged it, so I just kept playing and, you know, just didn't really worry about it. Just kept grinding through it. But as you will see, Bayonet did an incredible job. And this is only a level 33 Bayonet. I did catch it in the wild probably at about level 31 or so. So I did invest a little bit of Stardust, but not too much. So on to the third Pokemon. It is going to be Mewtwo in this case. Mewtwo, by the way, is going to be my highest level Pokemon out of all of these. And it definitely helped a ton. It ended up getting the Shadow hit there, where it got hit by 2 Focus Blasts, which is very unfortunate. You know, I'm already down to the 90-second timer. I am, I guess, in the yellow a little bit, but it's not by a lot. There is going to basically be no room for error. Pulling out Pinsir, by the way, this is going to be a big deal for Pinsir. I really needed to be able to dodge well with Pinsir. It has such high DPS, but it is kind of a glass cannon, and to have it come out and get hit immediately by a Focus Blast was going to be very hard to be able to overcome, but I was able to get quite a bit of damage off and then go ahead and take on that Focus Blast there. That's going to be very important to go ahead and take it. That way it won't be able to use it immediately against Tyranitar. But unfortunately, we're not going to have the greatest news because Tyranitar got stuck in a crunch. Although I was swiping the screen, sometimes Tyranitar, when it's doing that crunch animation, it just kind of gets stuck and it doesn't end up working out the way that it should. We're now down to about 34 seconds left. I'm on the final Pokemon, Scizor, and I am nervous. I cannot get hit by one of those Focus Blasts. It is so important to be able to dodge it. I don't even care if it takes a second or two just to make sure I dodge it. Into the final 20 seconds though, it's most likely going to be able to get off one more Focus Blast on me, and it's down to the wire. I'm so nervous as to whether or not I need to use that X Scissor, or do I just take the Focus Blast? I decide to dodge at the last second, hit it one more time, and I am able to take out the Alakazam with 6 unique Pokemon, and actually none of the Pokemon were maxed out. So this is going to be one of the hardest solos, like I said, that I have ever done. So I actually want to go ahead and end on a question of the day. What would be a level 3 solo that you would like for me to do on the channel? This is something that I definitely plan on doing. I definitely want to do a team of just level 30 Pokemon versus Alakazam. But personally, I just don't think I can pull it off with a Confusion Focus Blast. Maybe a easier moveset, I could do a team of all 30. Something that I'm definitely excited about doing on the channel. So if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Hit me like a tidal wave.